On February 24, 2023, 3 days after she was reported missing, a 28-year-old Hong Kong socialite and model named Abby Choi was found murdered, with her headless body discovered at a village in Tai Po, a suburb in Hong Kong. Reportedly, some of her body parts were hidden inside a refrigerator and some of them were cooked. According to the police, a total of 6 suspects have been arrested so far for the murder of Choi, consisting of her former husband, her former parents-in-law, her former brother-in-law, the alleged mistress of her former father-in-law, and a 41-year-old man. Investigations are currently ongoing. The police therefore classified the case as murder. Choi was reported missing after she failed to pick up her daughter from school as she normally did, and she last entered the car driven by her hired driver, who is also her ex-brother-in-law. A meat slicer and electric saw were also found at the scene, according to police statements to the press. According to news reports, Choi first debuted as an influencer before she subsequently expanded her career into mainstream media. She was known as a fashion icon who could mix and match pieces in ways that made her a trendsetter, and she had more than 100,000 followers on Instagram. She also regularly attended the Paris Fashion Week and had been featured in several magazines including Elle, Harper's Bazaar, and Vogue. Less than 2 weeks before her death, Choi was featured on the cover of fashion and luxury lifestyle magazine L'Officiel Monaco. As the eldest of 3 daughters, Choi grew up in a wealthy family that operated a construction business that had connections with businesses in China, and her personal net worth was more than 100 million Hong Kong dollars. Choi also engaged in philanthropy by co-founding PewDiePie's charitable organization, a group dedicated to help stray animals. Investigations. After the murder of Choi came to light, the police first arrested 3 suspects on February 25, 2023. One of them was Choi's former brother-in-law Anthony Kwong Kongkit, who was her hired driver, while the other 2 were the first suspect's parents, who both used to be Choi's parents-in-law before she divorced her first husband Alex Kwong Kongchi. Choi married Alex Kwang when she was 18 years old and had 2 children during their 3-year-long marriage before it ended with a divorce on an unknown date. Afterwards, Choi married her current husband Chris Tam, whose father is the founder of a restaurant chain Tam Jai Yunnan Mixian, and she had 2 more children with Tam. Despite their divorce, Choi maintained a close relationship with her former husband and his kid. After a citywide manhunt by police, with a reward amounting to approximately 2 million Hong Kong dollars, Alex Kwang later became the 4th to be arrested after he unsuccessfully tried to escape Hong Kong by boat. It was alleged that the death of Choi was masterminded by her former father-in-law Kwang Kao, a former policeman who was previously accused of rape. The motive was believed to be the result of a money dispute, and a luxury apartment believed to be bought by Choi before putting it under her former father-in-law's name. The luxury apartment is located in Kadoorie Hill in Kowloon Tong, one of Hong Kong's most prestigious addresses, and the neighborhood is home to some of the city's wealthiest people. On February 26, 2023, the police found Choi's severed head and several of her ribs inside a pot of cooked soup. At the same time, the police arrested a 5th suspect in connection to the killing, a 47-year-old Nong Chi Wing, a mistress of Kwang Kao. She was said to have helped hide Alex Kwang before his apparent attempt to flee Hong Kong. The search for the other missing hands and torso and other body parts remained ongoing. More than 100 officers were mobilized to search for the other missing body parts. Currently, the police were searching through the Northeast New Territories landfill in Ta Kwoling for the missing hands and torso. They are also currently questioning the villagers to seek more information needed to solve the case. DNA testing results revealed in March 2023 that the recovered head belonged to Choi. On February 27, 2023, the police proceeded with murder charges against Alex Kwang, his brother and father, while charging Alex Kwang's mother with perverting the course of justice. All 4 suspects, who were officially charged in court, were denied bail and would be held in remand pending investigations. Their cases are adjourned to May 8, 2023. Nong was charged with abetting a murder suspect, but she is currently released on bail. Not only that, It came to light that Alex Kwang was a suspect behind 7 alleged cases of theft that occurred for nearly a decade before Choi was killed, and had once absconded despite being scheduled to appear in court in 2015. Hence, Kwang was charged in court for these cases as well. On March 2, 2023, a sixth suspect, 41-year-old Lam Shun, was arrested on suspicion of aiding and abetting Kwang to escape Hong Kong by boat. Lam was an employee of a yacht rental company. Lam, who was charged on March 6, was granted bail. A seventh suspect, a 29-year-old female Hong Konger and friend of Alex Kwang, was also arrested in Shenzhen, China, on March 7 for abetting Kwang in his attempted escape from Hong Kong, and she was handed over to the Hong Kong authorities. According to the laws of Hong Kong, a conviction for murder carries the mandatory sentence of life imprisonment. Originally, the death penalty was the sole legal punishment for murder in Hong Kong before it was fully abolished in 1993, allowing judges to instead impose life sentences as the permissible penalty for murder.